Well, I want my audience to know that I'm speaking with one of my favorite experts, lifestyle expert and TV host, Evette Rios. And she wants to remind us about National Dairy Month. All right, Yvette, National Dairy Month, let's talk about that a little bit. What is it? And we'd like some information on how our busy summer days can integrate into this topic.
For sure. Well, thank you again for having me. And June is National Dairy Month, which is a very exciting time because, it's when we get to talk about all of our favorite products in the dairy aisle, but also there is an awesome sweepstakes happening right now on easyhomemeals.com. You can head there, you can enter for a chance to win $10,000, which would mean an amazing vacation or maybe a renovation of your kitchen. So make sure to go to easyhomemeals.com to enter, and it's only for the month of June. So, as you mentioned, summertime's here. It should be a time when we're relaxed and we're all enjoying one another. But the reality is, it can be very stressful. All of a sudden you've got the kids home for 3 meals a day. You may be traveling or doing some day trips. So I like to rely on some easy grab and go items that I find in the dairy aisle to make my summer a lot less stressful. So to give you an example, Valder, so if we're going on like a road trip or we're going to the beach, I like to fill up a cooler with juice and water. But then I also make breakfast sandwiches before we head out. And these are so easy. I start with an English muffin. I'll scramble some eggs, but I add cottage cheese to the eggs, which really boosts the protein content in there and it makes the eggs really delicious. So I'll take that. I'll put a piece of American cheese on there. And then I put them in aluminum foil, and you can actually freeze these and have them in the freezer. And then in the morning, pop them in the oven, and you've got nice hot breakfast sandwiches. You're going to save yourself so much money, and you're going to eat a lot healthier by making these at home. And then I like to make parfaits. Parfaits are so easy to make too. I start with yogurt. You could even use cottage cheese. And I put dried fruit in there, granola, put them in a cup and have them like in the fridge or even put them in the cooler for those road trips. And this way, your kids are going to stay fuller longer when you're out and about. And they're not going to hopefully be bothering you by like my kids do, where they tell me they're hungry every 20 minutes. So this is the kind of a little bit of insurance from complaints like that.
It is. And I want to say that cottage cheese seems to make everything better. I'm either telling my age or I don't know what's going on with me, but it does.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny. It was really hot, I think, in the 80s. I remember like my mom eating cottage cheese and pineapple. But I think it's really making a comeback. And I think it's because there's so much protein in it. And we're realizing we should all be eating way more protein. So I'm a big fan as well.
All right. Tell me, how does non-dairy options stack up to nutrition?
Well, the best part about shopping in the dairy aisle is that you can find things there for anyone with any dietary restrictions or preferences or allergies, because there's all kinds of things there now. So, for instance, in my family, like we eat traditional yogurt, we'll eat traditional cheeses. But then when it comes to like milk, I choose non-dairy options. So I love like oat milk and almond milk. And with my coffee, my creamers in the morning, I have fallen in love with the non-dairy creamers because they have so many delicious flavors. So it's like getting that like expensive coffee house coffee at home. So I love having those on hand to really like make my coffee delicious in the morning. Again, it saves me money and it's so yummy.
Are there any new or unexpected products that you can make us aware of that can elevate our summer meals?
Yeah, so you mentioned you love cottage cheese, and I do too. And there's a new product called whipped cottage cheese. So you could, of course, do this yourself. You start with cottage cheese, you put it in the blender, you whip it and make it nice and frothy and light. But they also sell it this way, and it is a terrific base for dips and sauces. So, for instance, I'll start with the whipped cottage cheese. I'll add some lemon zest to that, mix it up, and then chop up any soft herbs you may have, like basil or oregano. Chop that up and put it in there, and then top it with a little bit of olive oil and some salt. So good. You can, eat it with chips. You can put it on grilled vegetables. So delicious. So I love that product. And now there's, I've had it a couple years ago. It's been around for a very long time. It's called Lebne. It's a type of yogurt that is a little thicker and it has a richer flavor. And that is great to use in place of mayo on sandwiches and burgers. So good, again, packed with protein, and you're going to love it.
Online, where can we find out more so we can make our own great meals like you're talking about?
For sure. So you can head to easyhomemeals.com. There you're going to find tons of recipes and lots of ways to use all of this yummy stuff. And you can enter that sweepstakes because you never know.
I'm headed over there. I want to win that kitchen renovation. Evette Rios, you always bring great information. This time you brought a sweepstakes. So I can't say any more great things about you. Thanks for being my guest on the Valder Beebe Show.
Thank you so much. Have a terrific week, and thank you all for watching.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of The Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/ValderBeebeShow. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to YouTube.com/ValderBeebeShow and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.